Oh, it's one of my favorite spots to be during World Dairy Expo. Welcome to the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin location here in the atrium of the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall during World Dairy Expo 2018. Why do I like being here? Because these folks are working for the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. Remember, they contribute checkoff dollars, money right out of their milk check that goes in support of the staff and in turn, research, education, and promotion. Jen Walsh can tell you all about it. She's the Vice President of Insights and Strategy. Now you say, good Lord, Yankee, what is that? Well, Jen, let's talk to him a little bit about what you do in that particular division with your staff, because it ends up bringing money back to Wisconsin dairy farm families.
It does, and Insights and Strategy sounds like a completely made-up title, and I understand that. But what it really is we use research to drive insights, which in turn drive strategy. So that's where the Insights and Strategy comes from. So we do all sorts of different kinds of research for our dairy farmers.
Right.
It really falls into two buckets. One is focused on research for our Wisconsin cheese and dairy companies, so to help them uncover new trends, new strategies that they should be focused on. And then another part of the research that we do is focused on researching the internal programs that we run to make sure that we are hitting our targets. We have targets to change consumer perceptions. We do research to make sure we're doing that. And if we're not, that guides our strategy to say we need to make tweaks, we need to change things, maybe we need to throw a whole program out if it's not actually moving the needle where we need it to go.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Jen and I were talking earlier about we in Wisconsin know what Wisconsin cheese is, the quality. We hear, hopefully I'm telling you, about all the awards that our Wisconsin cheesemakers get. But that doesn't always resonate with consumers even within our borders.
Right, it doesn't. So of course, being dairy farmers of Wisconsin, we know Wisconsin makes the best cheese in the world, but not everybody does. So our marketing team is out there really trying to change consumer perception so that when they think Wisconsin, they don't just think cheese, they hear Wisconsin, they think the best cheese in the world, because that's what it is. And so our research supports that. So we do research on what messages really help change that mindset of consumers. And then, like I mentioned, we'll research, did it actually work?
Right.
Yeah.
She said that they do research that helps share information with our cheesemakers. You know, Bill Hansen's one of the guys that's with me here at Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin's booth, and he's a master cheesemaker. He was telling me about how you can make a fantastic cheese within your borders, your building, but boy, if there's nobody out there to sample it, you guys try to make sure that they are told what the hot trend is and get on it.
Absolutely. So one of the things we do in our research department is we spend hours looking at data. I know not a lot of people love looking at numbers. We love it. We love numbers. We love data. So we go through all of those sales data databases and identify the trends. So we can see that specialty cheese is growing faster than the category average. We can see that Hispanic cheeses are really outperforming the category overall. And all sorts of little niche markets like that we share those insights with our cheesemakers to say, hey, here's what's trending. Here's what you might want to be thinking about. And then not only that, once you've made that cheese, how do you communicate the attributes to a consumer in a way that resonates with them? Because we talk to ourselves all the time, but what we say doesn't necessarily matter to the consumer. So we need to have their mindset first in how we develop our communications too.
You know, and the bottom line is, if those efforts help our cheesemakers open up new markets, get something more on the shelf that they didn't have before, that's your milk pulling through the chain and making you more money. Keeping that image of premium Wisconsin cheese in place, that's part of what Jen Walsh and her staff does. She's Vice President of Insights and Strategy. And now you know that's how your dairy farmer checkoff dollars are at work for you. From World Dairy Expo, along with Jen Walsh and the rest of the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, we're in the atrium of the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall. Hope to see you here. I am the fabulous Farm Babe Pam Yankee.